Are we live?
We're live.
Are we
I
live?
think we're live, Peter. I think we're live. Cheers.
Jesus, Shelley, what a fright you gave me.
No,
Christ,
honey.
We've been running around so much I didn't realize she
I grew a little something for you, darling, for
listen,
the night.
Yes. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us, Peter Halley,
Shelley Neville.
We're gonna, people have been
Nice.
sending us messages saying, so what are you doing for your show? And we said, well, we don't know. Because we just decided last night we were going to do this.
We said we will do a few little songs. It's a bit itchy. We'll do a few little songs for St. Patrick's Day, Peter, and why wouldn't we?
Yes, well, you see, earlier today we did a show from here for a private group. So if anybody wants a private show anytime, you can contact us. That wasn't the reason for that information.
No.
But we did, and we had it all set up, and we practiced a few old Irish songs.
And we said, sure, we got it all set up.
We got it set up.
Peter got it all set up here. You wouldn't know, but you knew what you were doing, Peter,
Look.
with the fandangle stuff. Look at. No, I'm talking about the fancy cameras and all this. I still am on a Commodore 64.
Yes, I know
darling.
you were. Yeah,
Yes.
you're back in the dark ages.
But it's all
She's
nice
a
what you got
lovely
done.
pigeon, carrier pigeon. But I have all the new, I'm so techie. But
Right.
we're gonna do a few songs, aren't we, Shelley?
We are, Peter.
Then we're gonna go out into the kitchen. Then we're gonna come back and do some songs. So if anybody wants to hear some songs,
You
just-
wrwe them in the comments.
Shelley's checking on her
I've
pad
got it
here.
right here, and follow. I don't know what. Well, hopefully something will come up here. And when we go into the kitchen, we are going to make something very special.
Well, it's already made.
Delicious.
We've been the sweat on the brow.
I'm
Colleen O'Reilly's out in the kitchen.
Yes.
In our bubble. God love her.
God
She's a
love
little
her.
treasure she is.
Doesn't stop.
She's a real. Now, how
Little
Irish can you get? Colleen O'Reilly.
She's like a little leprechaun. Colleen, I got a question for you, Colleen. What's your month were you born? February.
Just the month.
February. Colleen, do you want to know your leprechaun name? Absolutely. Colleen, you are Cheerful O'Gretton.
Cheerful O'Grattan.
Cheerful O'Gretton.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're edible, my darling.
I'm
You're edible.
getting hungry thinking about you. Peter, you want to know yours?
No, we want to do it out in the kitchen.
Oh,
when
thank
we want to
God.
sing a
Okay,
song.
good,
God,
good,
we had
good,
to
good,
leave
good.
something to do out there because the stew is going to be made.
All right, go
By
on.
the way, I was at the hospital today for 2 reasons, and I'll tell you a little later, but I did get tattooed, as did
As
Shelley.
did I. Look,
It's very tender still. But
my swelling's after going down. Well, a little bit swelling everywhere else. If you're Irish, come into the parlor. There's a welcome there for you. And if your name is Timothy or Pat, so long as you come from Ireland, there's a welcome on the mat. And if you come from the mountains of Mourne, or Killarney's lake so blue,
sing it.
we'll sing you a song, we'll make a fuss. Wherever you are, you're one of us. If you're Irish, this is the place for you.
And this is the place for you.
Peter,
So,
why would you want to be anywhere else? Peter, you have some shamrocks on the piano.
listen.
You don't stop buying,
I
Peter.
went to Coleman's.
Yes?
At Coleman's yesterday.
Nice
but
store.
I love Coleman's
Yes.
on Newfoundland Drive. Coleman's on Newfoundland Drive.
Yes.
And so I bought these, and I also bought this little,
Arrangement.
yes, and we are drinking
A lovely drink, too,
green water.
Peter. Not water in mine, but it's nice. I'm not sure what you
It's
made.
water in mine.
Oh, okay.
So if anybody has any songs they want to hear, we can check.
Yes, we can put it right into the comments, and I got it right in front of me. Well, we do have a list of songs that we thought that we would do, and hopefully on this list are some of your favorites.
Shelley, I think you should kick us off
Yes.
with the
Yes.
beautiful fields of Athenry.
Well, Peter, I don't know why we
But
would
you're
wait.
going to have to take that orange beard off because
Stop
it's
it
just
now.
not going to
Why?
work.
No, please. It's okay. It's all fine. I love this one.
I love it too.
Yes. And it brings back so many wonderful memories of past St. Patrick's Days here and there. And this one will always come up, I remember, one time we were out on a cruise ship, Peter, and we were singing, and it was an Irish evening. And a good group of people were together.
Yes.
And we had events planned, and the Irish night was the next night. But myself and Randy showed up the night before, all decked out in our Irish, didn't we?
And it was the wrong night.
And it was the wrong night. It was the night before. And we had the tats down the arm like we have tonight, and we have it slightly embarrassing. We went back to the room and changed before too many
But
people
why would
saw
you?
us.
Because this Irish paraphernalia is so classy.
Well,
you know?
Myself all the time. When was the last time I wore a T-shirt with things written on it? Because it just highlights everything in front of you.
Well, if you got it, that's what
I
I say.
think the same thing. Well done. Here's the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they are taking you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now the prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely on the fields of Athenry. And by a lonely prison wall, she watched the last star falling. That nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they ran me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. And low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling. As the prison ship sailed out against the sky, and sure she lives and hopes and prays for her love in Botany Bay. It's lonely round the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. Yes, so lonely around the fields of
Absolutely beautiful, Shelley.
What'd you say, Peter?
I said absolutely pretty beautiful.
Oh, God,
I
love you.
don't know if I
Thank
added
you.
the pretty the first time, but
No,
it's
you
really
didn't.
beautiful.
Why'd you put a couple of
I'm
lovely
noticing
things?
that your beverage is a lot darker green than mine.
Well, I could use a little, you know, I use a little bit more of the green food colouring.
Yes.
Yes, and because it
No,
does make it a bit darker, a
It
bit
does.
brighter almost.
We're going to go into the kitchen very shortly, but
Yes.
we'll probably do another song or two. Are you looking at any comments? Are they
Peter,
saying
they're
how
saying how
lovely we are?
gorgeous. Shelley looks absolutely, no, they didn't say that.
What else?
But I was just thinking,
Is there something there about me?
love the tats. Oh, God!
Oh,
the
thank
tats.
you, Amanda.
Yes.
That's Amanda Duh. She's my student. She was
Yes.
my student.
Robin
Now she's all
Sears,
grown up.
gorgeous. Robin, look. Stephanie Rockwood, but God, that was beautiful. Thank you, Patrice. Karen Follett is putting out the
Patrice,
claps.
my sister Patrice.
Your sister Patrice. She loves the tats.
I thought she was coming down. She
did
loves
too.
the tats. These tats, thank
merciful.
God they're not real. I was watching the Grammys the other night, and the tattoos on the forehead and the cheeks and stuff.
Lovely.
I just thought, can they
Yes.
take them off after the event? But apparently not.
No, darling, the permanent.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
I
yes.
think I'd be curious about how they'll look like when they're in an old age home.
Different, Peter.
You know, because their
yes.
faces.
They
But
might.
anyway,
Yes.
you know, because then the design is not going to be quite as taut, is it? If it's a-
Maybe not,
it's a
dear.
shamrock,
Maybe
for example.
not.
But I
Yes.
did go to the doctor today, by the way.
You did,
Ladies
this
and
morning.
gentlemen, I did, yeah. And I got my vaccination.
Oh, thank God.
My
Yes.
first one.
Yes.
The doctor called and said they had a rush
Yes.
today.
The Pfizer or something, was it?
No,
You
no, 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 no. It was one of the.
It's a different kind.
Yeah, so I do some work with, you know, well, as we know, I'm, you know, work in the public, you know, lots of people singing and playing and all that stuff. But I
Yeah.
also work with some older people. So anyway, I got my vaccination, the first one, and the doctor said, you know, there shouldn't be any side effects, but
Good.
if you find any, just, you know, call me. And so I haven't had to call, no tired, fatigue or anything. And
How
it was a
wonderful.
different one. They different countries are making their own vaccinations,
Yes.
and I got the one from Ireland.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Good.
And so that happened this morning, and no side effects. He
None.
said, not a single solitary thing have I noticed about myself at all. No, honest to God. there's not a fool. No, not a thing.
Peter, I didn't notice anything until this very moment.
What is it?
Something happened with your mouth.
Yes.
It's nice, though.
We talked this morning when we did our show earlier about our friends. We have a lot of friends from Ireland.
Yes, yes, yes.
In fact, I had some stew from a friend, Cleena McManaman, and her parents, Mairead and Paddy, God bless his soul.
Yes.
And they did the traditional Irish stew with the lamb.
Yes,
And
yes.
it reminded us of our very good friend, Dr. Barry Martin. And Barry, God rest his soul, from Dublin. And Lois, his wife, hopefully is tuned in tonight.
Yes.
If you're not, we'll have to find out what happened. Anyway, Barry, the last time I saw him, he was a little confused. And I said, Barry, happy birthday to you. And he said, and the very same to you, Peter.
God,
my
love it.
birthday. But the
Yes.
Irish was still there. And one night after a show, we went to his house. And such a fabulous host. And he cooked a roast and then cut it up, salt and pepper on the cutting board, you know,
Yes.
and went around and said, just take some salt and pepper.
Nice like
and
that.
we're like, delicious. Like, nicest
Bit of
thing you ever-
horseradish or something with it.
It's the nicest thing you ever
Yes.
put in your mouth. And then I just said, as he was going around, I said, Barry, there's something on the floor there. Oh, never mind, Peter, just lift your feet. That's only a bit of dog piss.
Oh, God. Terry, really? Oh, there's some sweet.
But honest as the day
Yes,
is long, and
yes.
sweet and kind and all
Oh,
those things.
good.
What are we going to sing?
Well, Peter, Justin Nurse just made a comment there about how he likes our rendition of All Things Bright and Beautiful. But
Does he?
It does, yes. And
I wonder why.
And he had a few little quotes there of different parts of the song. But you know, that's a nice hymn, and we'll do that sometime. No, we're Catholic, of course.
How does
Peter
the
and I-
tune even go?
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all.
Can we bring the key down?
Purple-headed.
The
well,
purple-headed mountains.
You know the song. Yes, it's nice.
Justin.
Justin
yeah.
is sweet. Thank you for that request, Justin. It's nice. Now, Peter, I would say a nice Irish ballad from you is
From me.
next. And then we'll go into the kitchen and we'll see what's happening.
Now, what
with
should
the
it
stew.
be, I wonder, Shelley?
Peter, I would say that for me now, I would say that a lovely Dutchman, a rare old time,
Yes.
a town I loved so well.
Oh, all good
Over
songs.
and out on the Myra, something of the, I mean, I know out on the Myra is Nova Scotia, but we are Irish descendants.
We are.
Aren't we? Mm-hmm. Yes.
Gee whiz. I'm going to do, you know what I'm going to do? We'll do one of those after. This is Ron Hines. Johnny Burke wrote the song. The music got lost.
Yes.
And then Ron Hines rewrote the tune. And it
I love
reminds
this
me
one.
of my grandmother in Torskov.
Yes.
Because she had a store. There is an ancient farmer at the other end of town, but he has a little grocery store and the farmer's name is Brown. He has an only daughter, such a beaut I never saw. I only hope someday to be the old man's son-in-law.
That's right, Peter.
Old Brown sells from off the shelf most anything you please. Jews harps for the little boys and lollipops and cheese. His daughter minds a store and it's a treat to see her serve. I'd like to run away with her, but I don't have the nerve. And it's Old Brown's daughter is a proper sort of girl. Old Brown's daughter is as fair as any pearl. I wish I were a Lord Mayor, a Marquis or an Earl. And blow me if I wouldn't marry Old Brown's girl.
That's what they say.
Poor Old Brown, now he's troubled with the gout. His hair hurt. He grumbles in his little parlor when he can't get out. His daughter minds the store and it's a treat to see her serve. I'd like to run away with her, but I don't have the nerve. Miss Brown, she smiles so sweetly when I say a tender word. But Old Brown says that she must wed a marquis or a lord. But I don't suppose there's ever one of those things I will be. But by Jingo, next election I will run for Trinity. And it's Old Brown's daughter is a proper sort of girl. Old Brown's daughter is as fair as any pearl. I wish I were a Lord Mayor, a Marquis or an Earl. And blow me if I wouldn't marry Old Brown's girl. Yes, blow me if I wouldn't marry Old Brown's girl.
Nice job, Peter. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Now we're going to go into the kitchen.
We're going to go into the kitchen. We'll
And
see how this digital transition is going to be.
All right.
We're going to join
Colleen.
Shelley, you want to go first so I'm still in the frame?
Sure, and I'm going to take my little iPad so we can see the comments.
Yeah, so we understand that Margot Reed is joining us tonight. She sent a message and said that there's a few songs she wants to hear. And so take it away to Shelley in the kitchen. I'm coming.
Are you coming, Peter?
I'm coming.
All right, Colleen, you've got it all under control here,
under
my
control.
darling. Look at this.
Here we are back together again.
Well, you know, ladies,
Colleen.
where's our camera? There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we did songs, Spirit of Newfoundland Songs and Sauces. It was Kay Woodford behind the scenes running like a banshee. And it was myself and Shelley and Colleen, and she was working like a dog in the kitchen. And we were trying to maintain our physical composure and then present food. And what, were we crazy? 3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hour show.
And there were
Williams
times we
did our
had 4
technical-
courses, Peter.
3 and 4 courses.
3 and 4
And we're coming
courses.
in and out of shots and scenes and burning up stuff.
We were burning, and
The
you know,
alarm's going off.
the joy of live television. I didn't even know my alarm said this, but at one point, Colleen is cooking, we're at the piano, and it
Yes.
said, attention, a British accent, attention, attention. Smoke detected on the upper level. Your alarm will sound. Be aware your alarm is extremely loud.
Didn't it?
That came out over the
And I
the
took
whole
off out
thing.
the side door with the frying pan and laid
But-
it on the deck, didn't I?
And with the doors open and the windows open, no alarm was ever heard.
No,
No.
I'm a little cold. I got to say.
Put
I'm
your
just-
jacket on, Peter. No, that's better. That's better, darling.
Oh.
Now, Colleen.
What do you think?
Tell us what is happening
Just like
over here.
songs and sauces, and thank God we're back together for our first time.
Can we,
again,
yes, thank you,
forever.
Colleen, for being
Oh
here. You
my
look
goodness.
lovely.
Uh,
Can
we
we hear
learned-
Colleen?
We
Are we able
learned
to- yeah?
so much during songs and sauces. We would come here, do our show, then we'd go up to Lower Island Coast the next day and recreate it.
Cook it all again.
And we researched the night before. We tried new things from risotto to lamb
Yeah.
to New Orleans style foods. And here we are tonight, kind of how songs and sauces started. With a theme.
With a theme, an
With the
Irish,
theme.
yeah,
So
yeah.
tonight,
Yes.
Tonight,
Peter Googled.
yes. Well, I didn't Google. I got from my good friend, Cleena McManaman. Now, how Irish can you get? Her mother is Mairead McManaman, and her father was Patty McManaman.
Yes.
And so she uses the joy of cooking, and it calls for lamb. Now, us in our bubble feel that we can taste wool when we eat lamb, so it's a bit woolly tasting, isn't it?
Woolly, Peter, woolly. Yes.
So we didn't want to have the woolly flavor, so we thought we'd just exchange for beef. It also is cooked with Guinness, and it's put into a Dutch oven.
Yes.
I don't have a Dutch oven. I went up to Dominion about a half an hour ago. 45 minutes ago.
45.
Just got back with the Guinness. I could only buy a pack of 4. I don't drink Guinness, but
That's all right, honey. We'll take care of all that.
will you? So the Dutch ovens were $79. So I thought I won't do that. I shan't. I can't. I'll put it in my
Honey,
this.
be careful. Yes.
So it's all prepared. Then it goes into the oven. Is that right, Colleen?
It absolutely is.
It's
At
very.
350.
Yes.
And how long will it take us?
Look at that.
So 45 minutes.
Can we get this stew in the shot?
I bet John can make something like that happen.
Just
if he
let's
wanted
let's
to.
move up. Can
Yes.
we move up to the camera? So
That's what to do. You got it, okay?
That's
You go on. Because that's not like Peter.
we can't see ourselves. But so inside of this stew, I thought it was really interesting
Yes.
because it says they don't want to use flour. It says to cut your potatoes, some of your potatoes slice and put those in, and some of them cut in half. The sliced potatoes will disintegrate in the oven when it cooks,
That's a
and
natural thickening.
it's like a natural thickening, so you don't
Yes.
have to use flour.
Why don't we want to use the flour?
Because your guts blow up is what
Oh,
happens
okay,
to
well,
me. I don't
there we
know
go,
about the
well,
rest of you, but my stomach just blows right up.
Like
And,
a Herbert Tomcod.
Like a Herbert Tomcod, Shelley. It does. It's very uncomfortable.
Okay.
And gassy, you know.
Okay, well, honey, we don't
We
want
don't
that
need to
around
do it
you.
all,
No.
And
That's
it didn't call, oddly enough, for turnip. But we put the turnip in there.
We've kind of changed every recipe that we've tried. We use the recipes as a guideline, and then we just add.
That's right.
The official taste tester of Spirit of Newfoundland.
That's me.
That's Peter.
I've
Now,
got good
we
palate.
probably couldn't hurt if we had a bit of garlic in there.
We put the garlic
A
in.
bit of parsnip, maybe, if you wanted to.
Parsnip takes over.
No, but you too much.
No, you
Honey,
just do your
one
parsnip
half
on
of a
your own.
big parsnip is lots.
Yeah, I love
Holly.
a parsnip puree. But anyway, you're going to give that to Ouija in the oven, are you?
No.
Colleen, I'll get your door.
Well, we are going to sing a few songs.
Here you go, Colleen. You coming in?
Yep.
We're going to sing some songs. So
go.
we had some requests. God, there's all kinds coming in. Someone asked for Tim Finnegan's Wake. Now,
You got that one down, Peter. All those verses. Come on, do it now.
I wish I did.
Yes. We know Patty McGinty. We'll do that right
We
here,
will.
right now.
We will do that in a moment. But I wanted to just do a little bit of this because this is Leah McDonald, and this is for her Poppy. And she said, Poppy loves Tim Finnegan Wake. So Shelley, I thought that's mine.
That's not mine,
That's
darling.
water.
That's
You
yours.
got an awful shock when she didn't
I
taste
did.
vodka. Oh my God! Someone opened my red
Oh,
wine.
God, no. Nobody opened it up. It's probably in the stew. Colleen, do we have red wine in the stew?
We do.
Thank God.
Red wine goes in the stew too, and you can never have enough. So we just decided to buy the Magnum,
In case.
just in case. So Tim Finnegan lived in Walking Street. Gotta read the words. A gentle Irishman, but mighty odd. He'd a beautiful brogue, so rich and sweet. And to rise in the world, he carried a hod. What's a hod?
Not sure.
I don't know either. You see, Tim had a sort of a tippling way. With the love of the poor liquor, poor Tim was born. And to help him on his work, he'd say, he'd a drop of the crater every morn. Whack for the lallard, dance to your partner on the floor, your trotter shake.
Wasn't it the truth? I told you lots of fun in Finnegan's Wake.
Bum, bum. That's all we
all of it.
have.
Yes.
We don't want to crucify the rest of you.
No. Well, we do have a Patty McGinty.
We did a show many years ago, and it was Patty McGinty's Wake, and it was barrels of fun. Patty McGinty had died, and in that, will I tell my story first, or will we
Please,
just sing the
please.
song?
No.
So Patty McGinty had died, and he laid out all of the rules for his. You're cold now too.
I'm
see?
a little tiny bit cold, so I'll
He
put
laid
this
out
on.
all of the rules for his own wake. and he wanted people to tell stories and sing songs, and your character showed up. She was Dolores Lovelace. Dolores Lovelace is who she was from De Brow, but she was putting on the dog, you see, coming from Toronto. And and I was Paddy's son, Jimmy.
Yes.
So I, in the show, told a story. And the story is this. Paddy McGinty and his good friend Mick had decided that because they both loved to drink of Irish whiskey, Jameson.
Thank you. Good.
So they went halves on a bottle of Jameson, and they put it up in the cupboard and they locked it, and they made the promise that they would never ever touch it, because they said, when one of us dies, the other fella will go to the cupboard and go to the grave, because at that point he'd be dying for a drink, and pour the whiskey down into his grave to give him a drink. So Mick, being a man of his word, took his key and went up to the cupboard and got the Jamesons, took it out, went up to Paddy's grave, and bawling. He was all upset, you know, bless himself. Paddy, I can't believe you went before me. By jeez, he said, and now, being a man of my word, I'm going to give you a drink of this Jamesons, you know, because that's what I promised to do, and being such a good friend, I know you won't mind if I strange it through my kidneys first.
No, if you wouldn't mind that at all, Peter.
And if we had a laugh track now, that would be great, because
that was it. Yes, he was a man of his word.
He was a man of his word.
Yes, yes.
And many people asked how Paddy McGinty died.
Oh, that's a good question.
Paddy McGinty died this way. Do you want to just sing it? Oh, sure.
Paddy McGinty, an Irishman of note, fell into a fortune and bought himself a goat. To see now of goat's milk, I'm sure to have me fill. But when he got the nanny home, he found it was a bill. Now our Paddy's goat had a wondrous appetite. One morning for breakfast he ate some dynamite. A big box of matches he swallowed all serene. And then he went and swallowed up a gallon of kerosene. He sat by the fireside and didn't give a hang. Swallowed a spark, exploded with a bang. If ever you get to heaven, you can bet your bottom note that the angel with the whiskers on is Paddy McGinty's goat. That's right.
That's how Paddy died.
Anybody was curious about it? That's how it happened.
Applause from the camera. Thank you so much. So,
we got our stew in the
We have our stew in the oven.
We're going to go back to the keyboard.
We're going to go back to the keyboard.
And we're going to get a few of these requests. Peter, I'm going to tell you right now, they're dying for you to do something.
What is it?
They're all dying for you to sing The Dutchman.
Seriously?
They are. It's been many times mentioned here.
Yeah, I'll do it. But now, in the meantime, Shelley, I wonder about some of the people who've asked for a song. We can tell them what their Irish name is.
We certainly can.
And the sheet is out in
it's out
you stay here.
Okay.
And I'll get it.
Okay, you're coming in with it.
Yes, I'll come in with it.
All right, come in with it then. Good.
I'm coming right away, I swear to God.
Yes. Some of the people. Well, Peter, you know that your sister is here.
Patrice
so
Halley.
You know the month that Patrice is born.
February.
For God's sakes.
She just had her birthday.
If it was Patrice, then we are looking at.
Patrice Halley her name is.
Playful O'Grattan.
Playful O'Grattan.
Playful O'Grattan.
Now, my name.
Yes.
Just in case anybody is interested.
Playful.
Is playful as well. It's not rocket science we're dealing with here. Playful McWiggles. I don't mind a playful McWiggle. Who are you, Shelley?
Oh, Peter. my name, I am Silly or Goofy. No, I'm not goofy, am I, darling? A little bit.
No, you're not one bit goofy. My God, especially in that green top. Now, yes. Leslie Stockless. Leslie, we're going to tell you your name. You are Lucky McWiggles.
No, Lucky McWiggles. That's a nice name, isn't it?
It is lovely.
I love that name. It's all sweet.
Who else? Anybody else?
Who out there wants to know? The Robin Sears wants to know her name, I would say. Now,
what's mine, Leah McDonald is saying? I'm a November baby.
Okay, well, Leah, we can make that happen for you, darling. You are Lucky McWobbles.
Lucky McWobbles. You
Lucky
can see her
McWobbles.
after a few cocktails going down the road.
Now, my cousin is here, Jackie Neville. Okay, Jackie, you are Jolly O'Wacky. O'Wacky! No, I didn't write it now, Jackie. That's all he said, Jackie O'Wacky. Look, yeah. I mean, no, not Jackie, Jolly O'Wacky. It's nice, though.
Shelley, we should make our way back to the piano, but before we do, did you hear about the...
Stephen Goss wants to know his, Peter.
Stephen Goss.
Stephen Goss. Now, Stephen, you're going to have to remind me of the month that you were born, Stephen.
Yes, Stephen,
Do you
tell
know
us.
Peter? Stephen,
Your
come
first
on.
name is Silly,
Yes.
which is apt.
Yes. Ingrid Martin is there saying she's December. So that would be Itchy or Goofy.
Ingrid. Is Ingrid from Toronto, Ingrid?
Ingrid, yes.
Oh,
You remember
Ingrid,
for
I
God's
do.
sake.
How are you, Ingrid? Nice to see you.
You know what Stephen said? Watch your sisters.
I said my sisters, Patrice Halley.
April. Thank you, Steve. So let me see. That's Silly O'Reilly. Silly O'Reilly, Stephen Goss. That's what he is.
Silly O'Reilly used to do shows with us once upon a time.
Silly O'Reilly really did. Did
really
he
did.
ever? Yes.
So, did you hear about the Irish fella that walked through the screen door?
No?
He strained himself.
Oh, Peter, no.
Now, come on.
Come on, darling, out to
Come
the
on, we
piano.
go to the piano.
Okay. All right, out to the piano. We see what we got here. Out to the piano. Now, Peter, what about a lovely Dutchman, if that's what they're asking for? Give the people what they want, is my motto. Yours?
Definitely. My
Okay.
mother, God rest her soul,
Yes.
sweetest woman ever.
Yes, yes.
When we played a recording of this song, because it mentions Margaret in here, and it's about a man who really has lost his mind, lost his memory, and his wife takes care of him, and it's really touching, hopefully. And my mother listened to it, and she said, "Darling, when did you write that for me?"
And God
And I
love
thought,
him.
how sweet.
Yes.
I wish I did.
I wish you did.
The Dutchman's not the kind of man that keeps his thumb jammed in the dam, that holds his dreams in. But that's a secret only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam was golden, in the morning Margaret served him breakfast. She believed him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snows. He's mad as he can be, but Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man. Now, dear Margaret remembers that for me. Well, the Dutchman still wears wooden shoes. His coat and cap are patched with love that Margaret sewed him. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam. He watches tugboats down canals and he calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captains. Till Margaret comes to take him home again. Through unforgiving streets, she takes his hand and they walk together. Sometimes he thinks that he's alone. Then he calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and now dear Margaret remembers that for me. The windmills swirl the winter in, tighter, and they sit in the kitchen. And the tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. He sees her for a moment, calls her name, she makes his bed up, humming some old love song. She learned it when the tune was very new. He hums a line or two, they sing together in the night. The Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man. Now, dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman.
Now, Peter, that is gorgeous, darling. I
Now,
can't
thank you so
imagine
much. It's a
that
sad
being any
yet
nicer.
beautiful song. Do you know we
That is
sang that one
beautiful.
time at a conference, and we didn't know
Yes.
when we sang. It was a national Alzheimer's conference, and they said you sang our song, our theme song.
Yes.
We didn't know that the Alzheimer's Association had like taken this song and used it as their own, because it tells such a beautiful story of someone suffering with dementia or loss of their memory.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful. Shelley, what are we going to
Gorgeous,
sing?
gorgeous. Well, Peter, I think we should pick it up a notch, should we, darling? And sing something with a bit of a rambunctiousness to it.
I think so.
Something like that. Colleen's coming out snapping a photo. Hey, Colleen. How about a nice Tell Me Ma or something like that? Or,
Well,
or any of these?
Yes.
How about that?
Oh.
You're going to get the crowd involved with this one.
Oh.
Now, so you have a little part to play, and it's very easy. All you have to do is with the arm, on cue, go, woo! Just like that, Peter.
Nothing to it, is it?
Nothing to it. Peter, just give me a little practice.
1, 2, 3.
La 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 la. Woo! Just like that. That's all we have to do, Peter.
That's it.
Okay, yes. And
Me
are
too.
you going to do it too
Woo!
with your tats?
With me tats,
And
yeah.
I'll do it
My
too.
arm is still tender, as I say.
Tender, mine too. Swole.
Ready?
Yes.
La 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 la. Woo! La 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 la.
I'll tell me ma when I go home.
The boys won't leave the girls alone.
They pulled my hair and he stole my comb.
But that's alright till I go home.
She's handsome, she is pretty. She's the belle of St. John City. She's a Gordon 1, 2, 3. Mother, won't you tell me who is she? La 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 la. Woo! La 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 la. Let the wind and the rain and the hail blow high and the snow comes tumbling from the sky. She's the sweetest apple pie.
She'll get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell them all till she gets home. Let them all come as they will, for it's Albert Mooney she loves still. La 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 la.
Woo!
La 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 la.
Well, Albert Mooney says he loves her and all the boys are fighting for. They knock at the door and they ring their bell, say, "Oh, my true love, are you well?" But out she comes as white as snow, rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Oh, Johnny Mary says she'll die, she doesn't get the fella with the roving eye. La 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 la. Woo! La 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 la. Woo! That's it, Peter.
I had to double one there.
Did you?
I did.
The two come up. Nicely done, everybody. That's good. Yes.
Shelley, we have a few Ron Hines songs.
We do, yes.
We have,
Yes.
oh, look. Someone asked for this Ennis Sister song, and I have a cramp in my left arm. Now, does that ever happen to anybody? God's sakes. And it's not the arm that, it's a side effect from the Irish
That's
That's
exactly
the friggin' old. That's the friggin' old vaccination.
Friggin' old vaccination.
Yeah.
That's right.
Honest to God, I'm not
Give
even
it a
joking.
good wiggle, Peter. Give it a wiggle, Mr. Wiggles.
Mr.
Wiggle.
Wiggles. Yeah. Okay.
Give it a wiggle. Exactly.
So I love. First of all, we love the
How
Ennis
could you
sisters.
not?
How could you
Yes.
not? They're beautiful.
Yes, absolutely.
We did a tour with them many years ago, and they were just kids, right from Vancouver.
They were straight from the womb.
Well, they were just youngsters. Mom and
Yes.
Dad were both with them, and they'd sing this song, and they'd also sing "If Anything Happened to You." But I love this
I love
song.
this one
And
too.
Shelley, I mean, no offense to the Ennis sisters, but I think you do a far better job than them.
Well done, Peter.
Joking.
He's only joking. So this is Rainy Days, I'm assuming is the one. Yes. It's a gorgeous song. And hopefully you're at home and you are singing along. Thank God we don't have a rainy day out there today. It was a beautiful
Snowing.
day. What?
It's snowing now.
Is it snowing now,
Yeah.
darling? Well, it was a beautiful sunny day all day. And this is one of my favorites to sing. And I hope you enjoy it. Time heals all wounds, and time kills the pain. With time there comes changes. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you gain. Sometimes you wish you had the chance to do it again. And I find I think about you all the time on rainy days when there's not much to do. I find myself thinking, remembering you with the rain on my window and tears in my eyes. It may take a while, but I'll get by on a rainy day. You know, words are just words. They don't mean a thing. It's hard to tell a broken heart to sit back and listen. It's easier said than done when it comes to letting go. And I find I think about what might have been on rainy days when there's not much to do. And I find myself thinking, remembering you with the rain on my window and tears in my eyes. It may take a while, but I'll get by on a rainy days, on rainy days, on a rainy days.
Beautiful, Shelley.
Ah, thank you. Rainy days and his sisters.
Now, I think because it's in Irish, are we looking at other requests?
Peter, I haven't looked down now.
It's
in a
so
little
busy.
tiny
There's a
bit.
lot to be. There's
Yes.
a lot to be doing.
Oh, thank you. My God, everyone's so sweet. Oh, the Dutchman was beautiful. That's what Patrice is saying to you. Adriana, beautiful.
My
Thank
sister.
you, Adriana. Look, hey there, my God, Jerry Kirkland is there. Great stuff.
Jerry.
Yes.
Jerry always asks for. Oh, but we did it. Oh, there is an ancient farmer.
We did. Thank you, Robin Sears. Andrew Rose is saying from Kathy from Kathy Bean.
Oh.
Talent, beauty, and no, there's two. And good cheer on Paddy's Day with Peter and Shelley. Thanks for the joy you bring.
Kathy Bean.
Thank you,
and,
Kathy Bean.
And Andrea.
Beautiful.
Beautiful friends.
Gorgeous.
Kathy is in Whistler.
Is she in Whistler?
She's all over the place. She's
She's
either
the
in Whistler,
whistling gypsy rover, isn't
Florida,
she?
or Ottawa. I mean, if we had her money, Shelley, we'd both be down somewhere else, not here right now,
Wouldn't
would
we,
we?
Peter?
Of course, not with the COVID. But anyway,
With the COVID.
What are we going to do? We have all kinds of. Oh, I was thinking, Vera Lynn used to sing this song.
Yes.
And we love to do parodies every now and then, you know.
Yes, Peter.
And this is one, and I think you should. I think you should do this.
Yes. You're going to have to tell me what that is now, darling. Oh, I love this one. Thank you. Speaking of Galway and our Irish connections. That's right.
Yeah, Vera Lynn, remember? Oh, here, let me give you a big old 5/7 chord.
Big old Liberace there. If you ever go across the sea to Ireland, and maybe at the closing of the day,
Lovely.
you can sit and watch the moon rise over Clara, and watch the sun go down on Galway Bay.
Yes, Shelley, it's so beautiful. We do a lot of parodies, and for anybody who loves this song, I apologize in advance. This is from the perspective of a man with a wife from Ireland.
Yes.
Who loves, she had a drinking problem. Actually, no problem at all. Came to her quite naturally.
Peter, speaking of drinks, you want me to go get you another little drop because your glass seems to be
Shelley,
empty.
I'm as dry as a chip.
Peter, I'm on it. I'm on
We
it.
were doing auditions one time, and a fella from around the bay came in and he said, I got my guitar, and I'm going to play Music and Friends. Now, he said, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Okay, good enough. And he went, I had a lot of nap. Is there either a drop of water around and as dry as a chip? Right out of the blue. Anyway, squirrel. So, maybe one day I'll go back again to Ireland. If me dear old wife would only pass away. Sure, she's got me heart broke with her bloody nagging, 'cause she's got a mouth as big as Galway Bay. See her drinking 16 pints of Pabst Blue Ribbon, and then she can't walk home without a sway. If the sea were bare instead of salty water, well, she would live and die in Galway Bay. See her drinking 16 more at Pat Joe Murphy's, and the barman says that he thinks it's time to go. Well, she doesn't try to speak to him, but in a language that the clergy should not know. On her back she has tattooed a map of Ireland, and when she takes her bath on Saturday, well, she rubs the sunlight soap around by Claddagh, just to watch the suds roll down, you know where, on Galway Bay. Big ending.
Woohoo! Peter, Ellie, nothing wrong with it. Absolutely gorgeous.
Shelley,
Peter?
you know, there's a song. My God, how many props did you take?
Well,
here
Peter, I
tonight,
got a
for
few little
God's
props.
sake? You're
Never
making a
mind.
holy show of me.
Never mind, I got a few little props. I get a little bit of here on the go.
All right.
Yes, no, that's nice. That's nice. Very well done. Peter, that was nice. Mary Ann is saying it's a great job. Look at this. Robin, happy. Look, a squirrel. Yes, Robin.
Did she say squirrel?
She did, yeah.
She's laughing at me.
I
now.
know, it is fantastic.
She gets the squirrels too, is that?
Sociable.
Sociable.
Sociable. In the eyes. Did you not look me in the eyes?
I certainly did.
Did you?
Something
Okay.
we do all the time as a ritual. My mother always said, people cheer each other and they go, cheers, cheers,
wrong.
and they don't look. You're meant to say to your health, like
To your health,
to
yes.
you in the eyes.
Yes,
In
salute.
the eyes.
All of these
Salute.
things. Mm-hmm.
So I think you want to do the Newfoundland song that's been entered into the Canadian Singer-Songwriter Hall of Fame as being the most iconic Newfoundland song
I don't know why we wouldn't.
I think it is a good
I
idea.
think it's a good time to do it. I think it's marvellous. Everybody knows this song, this Newfoundland song, isn't it? We can't call it an Irish song. We could only call it a Newfoundland song.
Well, many of our songs are done in an Irish style, for
Aren't
God's
they?
sake, Shelley.
Yes,
There's
yes.
me, there's me
There's your
vaccination
vaccine coming out
back.
again.
Here we go. Oh, I's the boy that builds a boat, and I's the boy that sails her. I's the boy that catches the fish and brings them home to Liza.
Hip your partner Sally the boy, hip your partner Sally Brown, and Bogle till they get Morton Sauber all around the circle.
Well, Susie White, she's out of sight. Her petticoat wants a border. Old Sam Oliver in the dark, he kissed her in the corner. Hip your partner Sally the boy, hip your partner Sally Brown, Bogle till they get Morton
Shelley.
We said Ingrid Martin was here joining us.
Yes, she was there.
And who else? She's from Toronto, for God's sake, Ingrid, with the Canadian Opera Company. You know, so you probably, Ingrid and others who are tuned in from outside of our beautiful province, probably don't know what we're saying, Shelley, when we say I's the boy that builds the boat, and I's the boy that sails, or I's the boy that catches the fish and brings them. So we have a more user-friendly version, and especially for the people who hang around in circles like the Canadian Opera Company. You better stand up,
I'm going to have to stand up, Peter. Thank you very much.
So this is a more user-friendly version of I's the boy, and we renamed it, for people like yourself, Ingrid, Je suis le garçon, or
I am the boy.
The boy.
Thank you. Take it away, maestro.
I'm going to give you a nice Liberace roll chord there, Shelley, because we're putting on a dog.
Go ahead.
Dear, jeez, will you warn me before you do that?
It's a little too low, darling. Raise up the key.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens. Yes. No, still a little too low.
Is it?
Raise it up, darling. I'm standing up now. You never know what might happen.
Now that's good, isn't it?
Probably about as this. One more, darling. That's good as anything.
She's in good voice. Anybody out there wearing spectacles, take them off now, for God's sakes.
Yes.
I am the boy.
I am the boy that constructed the vessel.
I's the boy that builds the boat.
And I am the boy who navigates it.
And I's the boy that sails her.
I am the boy that apprehended the species.
I's the boy that catches the fish.
And transported them home.
And brings them back.
To Elizabeth.
Nice, well done. I's the boy that builds the boat, and I's the boy that sails, or I's the boy that catches the fish and brings them home to Liza. Hip your partner Sally the boy, hip your partner Sally Brown, Fogle, Twilly, get Morton Sauber all around the circle.
Woo!
Cows in the backyard.
Fresh milk.
Fresh
I think.
milk.
Now, people say milk and other people say milk.
Milk.
I'm going to have a little bit of milk with my cereal.
Where do
I
you
don't know
buy
who
it?
says it.
You buy it in the stores on top of the hill, the milk.
In the hill.
People say townies speak like that. I'm a townie, I don't say milk.
Yes. Thank you, Ingrid Martin. Oh, well done. God love you, darling. Yes.
Ingrid.
I haven't seen Ingrid in a long time.
I haven't seen Ingrid since Halifax days. Before, like I don't think I saw her when we were going back and forth to Toronto.
No?
No,
I worked
but
with
we've
Ingrid.
spoken.
She's a lovely girl.
Oh, she's
Wonderful.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
And we've spoken on Facebook, and
Yes.
we've certainly spoken of Ingrid many times.
Now, Peter, what about a nice Nova Scotia folk song from you?
Are there any Nova Scotians tuned in?
You know there are Nova Scotians tuned in, Peter. For God's sake, we're gone right across the world here tonight.
Is Lorna tuned in tonight?
Oh,
Is
yes.
she?
See,
Hi,
this
Lorna.
Is what I'm saying.
Well, I'm going to send
Yes.
this out to Lorna.
Do
my
it.
Very good friend.
Well done.
You know, when Anne Murray recorded this song, all the property along the Myra River increased substantially in value
Well, of course it would.
because of a song. I'm going to see if I can do everybody a favor now and bring down the property value along that stretch. God be with me now for the words. Well, out on the Myra, on a warm afternoon, old men go fishing with black line and spool. And if they come broken, they'll see that they mend. And I wish I was with them again. As boys in the boats call to girls on the shore, teasing the ones that they dearly adore. And into the evening the courting begins, and I wish I was with them again.
Can you imagine the peace of the universe, more fit for princes and kings? I'll trade you 10 of your cities for Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings.
Well, out on the Myra, the people are kind. They'll treat you to homebrew and help you unwind. And if you come broken, they'll see that you mend. And I wish I was with them again.
Can you imagine a piece of the universe, more fit for princes and kings? I'll trade you 10 of your cities for Marion Bridge and the pleasure it brings.
Well, now I'll conclude with a wish you go well. Sweet be your dreams, may your happiness swell. Well, I'll leave you now, for my journey begins. And I wish I was with them, I'm going to go with them. Yes, I wish I was with them again. Out on them,
gorgeous,
Myra.
Peter. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, we are getting requests for Danny Boy, but how about this?
Yes.
How about we do a song? We'll go into the kitchen.
Yes.
We'll taste the stew, won't we? Colleen?
Colleen just let out some...
Colleen let out a word that
some
not
Irish...
everybody heard.
Yes, she let out some words that the clergy should not know.
Right? Because, I mean, of course we have to have a little taste, Colleen.
But now, Colleen, if you're not ready, we have 100 songs to do. I mean, is there anything else? Shelley and I have been singing. People don't know this, Shelley. We've been singing for 20 years, for a long time, but
Yes.
it's almost 30 years
Peter,
that
for
we
God's
met
sake.
in the parking lot
Of the Arts
and Culture Centre.
Here in St. John's.
People think we're married, so we do all kinds of songs from married people's perspectives.
Yes.
And people come up to me and say, "Come here, Peter, for a second. I heard your wife this morning at the Basilica, and I'm going to tell you now, she sang the Ave Maria, and she lifted the rafters right off of that building."
Yeah, isn't
No, I'm
this
telling you, what a
sweet?
voice. Yeah.
My God,
Now, what
the
do people
are
say to
so
you about
kind.
me?
They say Peter's handsome. And he said he's some talented and he got some good hair.
Yeah, oh, yeah, good. Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'll take
no,
that.
they say that you're absolutely gorgeous and there's no one
Well,
can sing like Peter has.
oh,
honest to
yes,
God.
yes,
that's what they
yes.
say. It's nice, Peter, for us to be singing with you for this long and for us to have so many songs. We've done a Danny Boy, I'd say 100 times, have we?
1,000.
1,000 times. We certainly have, and it's a good song.
It's a
I
great
don't know why
song.
we wouldn't do it. Oh, Danny Boy, the pipes are frozen. Is that
They're frozen half the time around here, but we're not supposed to say that for tourists now, are
Oh
we?
no.
We're going to do a song from a married couple.
Oh, well done. Yes.
I think it's a good idea. Boy, the way Glenn Miller played,
Songs that made the hit parade.
guys like us, we had it made.
Those were the days.
Just listen to her. Take it away, Edith. She's beautiful.
And you knew who you were.
Girls were girls and men were men.
Mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again.
We didn't have no welfare state.
And everybody pulled his weight. G.R.O.'s LaSalle ran great.
Big ending.
Those were the days. Nice one. Yes.
Those were the days.
That's Edith. And that's Archie.
Archie.
Isn't it? They're a nice married couple. They were married for a long time, Peter.
You know, it's a
Pardon
bygone era having, you know, comedy like that, isn't it?
Yes, it
The
certainly
sensitivity levels in our society have certainly increased, we'll say.
well,
Now,
they
Shelley, what other songs are we going to do? I mean, we have a lot more here. We're going to do a Danny Boy for sure, but we'll taste the stew first, will we?
I think that's nice. I could do a Foster and Allen or something like that. What do you think? Colleen, I know, had asked for this one earlier. And I'd like to do it just because this is one of my dad's favorite songs. And I know that he is up in Horse Chops now, tuned in. And so I'm going to send this one out to you, Dad. A lovely Foster and Allen song. And we did this at the cabin, Peter, earlier this week.
Did you?
Yes, we did. He took out the guitar and we sang. Now, he is teaching himself how to play the piano, too.
I know.
I'm going to tell you, and he's doing really well with it, too. But this one's gone out to you, Dad, after all these years. My darling, come to me and sit you down easily and rest a while near the soft firelight. Cold is the night, but warm is my heart with pride, having you by my side. You're still my guide and light after all these years. You're soft, sure, and wings that rock I lean on. Saw me through my darkest days when all hope had gone. You're still the only one that I'll ever hold near, and I love you after all these years. Time from me passes on, and I'm growing old. A lifetime nearly gone, I cannot unfold. Nights dark and cold, but warm is your hand in mine. Feeble with ageless time, the light of love still shines after all these years. You're soft, sure in ways, the rock I lean on. Saw me through my darkest days when all hope had gone. You're still the only one that I'll ever hold dear, and I love you after all these years. I still love you after all these years.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you. That's to Dad.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, John. So yeah, my father's name is John too.
I know, it's a nice name.
John.
John. All right.
All right, Shelley.
So, Peter, I think we are going to have a little taste of the stew. Colleen, are we ready for the taste?
We got. Listen, we have so many songs listed here. We have.
I know it. Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, so we'll go and taste the stew.
Well, I mean, if there's something you have on the list that you're just dying to do, darling, get it out.
No, I'm just wondering.
Don't hold back. Let it flow.
You know, with all the high tech and the lights and stuff, I'm just staring at the. I mean, there's so many. I want you to do toast at the end.
Well, there's Ron Hines too. Have we done any Ron tonight?
I don't think we have.
Well, I mean,
Would you like to do a round?
Would love it.
Yeah.
Yes. How about a St. John's Waltz? Are we ready for that? Is that a nice one, or would you?
I love St. John's Waltz.
St. John's Waltz.
I think I play it beautifully.
Well, Peter, praise is no praise, but I mean, you do play it beautifully, so I've got to
Joking.
say that. And my computer just turned off here. Let me just see if I can get that. Oh, the harbor lights are gleaming, and the evening is still and dark, and the seagulls all a-dreaming, seagull dreams on Amherst Rock, and the mist is slowly drifting as the storefront lights go dim, and the moon is gently lifting as the last ship's coming in, and all the sailors got a story, some are true, some are false, and they're always wrecked when they're up on the deck, dancing at St. John's Waltz.
Makes you waltz, doesn't it?
Oh, we've had our share of history, and we've seen nations come and go, and we've seen battles rage over land and stage, 500 years or more, for glory or for freedom, or for country or for king, or for money or fame, but there are no names on the graves where men lie sleeping, and all the 9 to 5 survive the day with a sigh and a dose of salt, and they're parking the cars and they're packing the bars, dancing the St. John's Waltz. Oh, my heart is on the highway, and I'm sold on going to sea, and all the planes, they fill the skyway, and the trains run swift and free. So leave the wayward free to wander, and leave the restless free to roam. And if it's rocks in the bay, if it's old cliche, you'll find your way back home. So don't question or inquire what's been said or what's been lost. In a world of romance, don't miss out on that chance to be dancing the St. John's Waltz. Dancing the St. John's Waltz. Dr. Ron Hines.
Beautiful, Shelley. Beautiful.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Okay, the stew is waiting. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it,
We're
Colleen.
going out to have the
We're coming for the
stew.
stew, darling. We're coming for the stew. It's plated and ready to go. Oh my God, it's bold. Hey, look.
Oh my goodness, great. It was 7:18. We said, oh no, it's 8:18
Yes.
because the clocks went
Yes.
changed, didn't they? And I haven't changed them.
no.
The only ones that would change were the ones on my iPad and my iPhone because they did that automatically. You see.
Yes, Peter, I understand. Colleen, Colleen, can I just say thank you?
You're welcome.
Because you just make everything
Thank
better.
you.
You just
She makes everything better. Everybody
she does.
yeah,
she is
she does.
like, amazing. And And oftentimes on our Spirit Songs and Sauces, we would present the bowl and we'd say, look what we just did. Well, we didn't do it at all, did we?
We pretended for many weeks.
Many times.
But we'd go, oh, look at what we did.
Writing, rehearsing.
Well, you know, there was all kinds
Learning
of
new songs.
Yes, always things happening.
And it doesn't just look nice, it tastes supreme too, Peter. So let's do the little test, shall we?
This is the part that I, on
Enjoy the
cooking
most.
shows,
Yes.
when you taste, and if it's awful, can you imagine going, mmm, God, that's good.
Risotto was the biggest one.
The risotto was this is really good, Colleen. This is really, it's hearty, isn't it? It goes right to your guts. And it's comfort food. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something. We were doing a fundraiser at Evan Smith's church, and this was on a silent auction.
I know.
And I think I got it for $15, and I saw in a store that it was like 80 or 90 much more. Anyway, I got a bargain.
Colleen, I always appreciate that you make so much stew. Can I take a bowl home to Randy?
Absolutely.
Okay, Randy, darling, you're getting a bowl of Irish stew tonight because, isn't it?
I bought these old vegetables. Now, she's not the one you should be asking.
No, Peter, can I take some home to Randy, darling? That's all right, isn't it?
Randy, there's a bowl of goodness heading your way.
Yes. Colleen, I can taste the Guinness too.
Whoa, I forgot about the Guinness, yeah.
Oh, that's in there, Peter. It's nice.
Yeah.
Cooked it all off. Gorgeous.
Now, when you say cooked it off.
Oh, sorry.
Tell us.
We deglazed the pan with the Guinness, and we cooked off the alcohol. So anybody who doesn't like the taste of alcohol or doesn't drink, once you cook it for over a period of time, the alcohol gets
cooked off.
The flavor remains.
The flavor of the Guinness, yeah.
And
I
so
can taste the Guinness.
We have the Guinness, but we have the red wine too. Ours is yes. Isn't that flavorful? The additives. You want to add in the additives.
Yeah.
Peter, that's nice.
I wanted to give a shout out to I don't know if anybody's tuned in to us tonight, but there's a virtual vocal symposium going on in St. John's, because we haven't been able to do the Kiwanis Music Festival for 2 years now, and because of the pandemic. So Angela and a bunch of other teachers, Angela Warren, sorry,
yes.
Angela, she's the spearheader of this, and a lot of music teachers. And today I watched two of my students sing, 9 o'clock this morning, and
after your vaccination.
After my vaccination.
Yes, Peter.
Aoife Strand sang this morning, and Ella Parsons sang this afternoon, and they both were fabulous. It was beautiful.
Isn't that amazing?
So cheers to them. This has gone right across my throat.
No, Peter, it's lovely. Now let's go out to the piano. Let's do a couple of more songs before we say goodnight, and then we can come back in and finish our bowl.
And then we can come back in and finish the bowl.
I think I may have gotten a vaccination myself, did I?
Yeah.
The bowl. Well done. Colleen, well done.
We'll see you.
Thank you, darling. Wonderful.
Enjoy this.
We're going back. We have some people from Australia. You stop it.
Peter, isn't that marvelous? Are you coming in this way? Oh, okay.
What songs can we do from Australia?
Well,
are they your family? Leslie's family are here from Australia. Leslie, who are they?
That was delicious.
My brother Matthew and his wife Yvette.
Matthew and Yvette, and they came
First many songs and sauces.
for many songs and sauces.
Yes.
Oh, well, we do a song. It sounds like the St. John's Waltz, doesn't it? I hope this is the key. We do this in our World War I show, where once they stood.
Yes.
And it's when we are in Australia. Thank you.
Darling, I'm here for you. I'm
here. But I'm just struggling to remember the words. The whole song. Does anybody remember the song?
All I can think of, darling, is the Dutchman's not the kind of man, and I don't think that's one.
It's the. Now when I was a young man, I carried me pack, and I lived the free life of a rover. From the Murray's green basin to the dusty outback, I waltz my Matilda all over. Then in 1916, my country said, son, it's time to stop rambling, there's work to be done. So they gave me a tin hat, and they gave me a gun, and they sent me away to the war. And the band played waltzing Matilda as the ship pulled away from the quay. Right. And amid all the tears, flag waving and cheers, we sailed off for Gallipoli. I should go to the end because there's 39 verses in this. Let me see the end. Let me see. We have a modulation. So now every April I sit on my porch and I watch the parade pass before me. And I see me old comrades, how proudly they march, renewing their dreams of past glory. I see the old men all tired, stiff and sore, the weary old heroes of a forgotten war. And the young people ask, what are they marching for? And I ask myself the same question. And the band played waltzing Matilda as the old men still answer the call. But year after year, the numbers get fewer. Someday no one will march there at all. And then the original Waltzing Matilda is a little different. It goes like this. Sing along with us at home, the chorus. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And their ghosts may be heard as they march by the billabong. Who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. That's to our Australia friends. Didn't plan that, did I? Did we?
You did not plan that. That was absolutely gorgeous. Now, we just had a request there, Peter.
Yeah.
Randy was looking for a Nancy Spain.
Was he indeed?
And Cindy just piped in and said hello. And that was Cindy and Paul's wedding song.
It was, and I sang it, but I can't remember a lyric to save my life.
Yes, you can, darling.
Not a bit.
You know that, really.
Honest to God, I wouldn't know it if it hit me over the head. If someone wants to go and Google it now while we do another one, that'd be grand.
Okay, well, we could do that.
Maybe Colleen on my pad. Yes, the
all right,
pad.
the nice Nancy
797879.
Everybody knows now. Yes.
Well, now.
Everybody knows your
It's
password, Peter.
let's
You
do
wouldn't
the
want to lose
song,
it.
The Attack of the Phlegm Balls, because that's what's going on here.
Oh, no.
Thank you so much,
you,
Colleen. I got my green water. Thank you so much.
Yes, beautiful.
So we are going to go in and Shelley.
I'll find it, darling,
Yeah.
if you want.
Now, what about we start with a Danny Boy
It's a good idea.
as I clear this phlegm?
Yes.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are pipes, they're calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are fading. 'Tis you, must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
But when ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me,
And I shall hear the soft you tread above me, and all my grave will warmer, sweeter be.
for you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep
in peace until you come to
Oh,
Lovely.
Danny boy.
Oh, Danny boy. Now,
Pipes,
Shelley,
pipes
is there
up for
anything
us.
else here you want to do before we go? Because
Well,
there's.
Peter, you said you were going to do an Nancy Spain.
Oh, Nancy
And I've got it
Spain.
up
Yes,
onto
Nancy
the
Spain. That's me.
page.
Vaccination coming in again.
There it is.
All right.
Now, what a song. This is beautiful. You know it.
Sing it for me, will you?
All right, I will.
Oh, hold on. I think I got it. Well, of all the stars that ever shone, not one does a twinkle like your pale blue eyes. I can't remember the tune. Like golden corn at harvest time, your hair sailing on my boat. The wind gently blows. I can't remember the song. I can't remember the tune. I swear to God. Everybody else can do it. Yeah, but
your
it's
sweet scented breath is everywhere.
okay. Keep going.
No matter where I wander, I'm still haunted by your name.
The portrait of your beauty stays the same. Standing by the ocean,
wondering where you've gone, if you will return again.
where is the ring I gave to Nancy Spain? And when everybody else knows it and they look at you
Your
going,
mind is full, darling. You have many songs rattling around in the old brain. It's okay. It's all right. You did it a little
it's a
bit of the
beautiful.
song.
I don't think that's the key I even did it in.
It's
Of
not
all
my
the
key.
time. No, it's not my key either.
No, okay.
I can't remember the key even.
Doesn't
see?
matter, doesn't
All
matter.
we got is a pad with a few old words, so that's no
You
good.
lyrics, darling. No.
We do have.
All right, we're going to have to.
That's all right. Everything
goes
is
your
fine.
Voltron.
That's only me
Is it?
$1,200 iPad. Now, Shelley, I think we should say goodbye to everybody. But we did a song earlier today about a man who moved to Newfoundland from Germany, and I thought it was so interesting.
Did you like that?
I loved it.
Peter, I might need a word for that one too, but I'll just
getting our backs,
lay it
eh?
right here. He moved from Germany to Newfoundland, like many do. And
Benjamin.
Benjamin, and he fell for a Newfoundland girl, like many do.
Well, you can't blame him.
No, Peter, we're all gorgeous and talented and redheaded and all of these things. So I'll tell you the story. A German clock winder to St. John's once came. Benjamin Fuchs was the old German's name. And as he was winding his way round the strand, he played on his flute and his music was grand, singing Tor-lor-lor, Tor-lor-lor, Tor-a-lie-yay, Tor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yay, singing Tor-lor-lor, Tor-lor-lor, Tor-a-lie-yay, Tor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yay. Now there was a young girl from Churchill Square, and she said that her clock was in need of repair. In walks the bold German, and to her delight, in under 5 minutes he had her clock right, singing Tor-lor-lor, Tor-lor-lor, Tor-a-lie-yay, Tor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yay, singing Tor-lor-lor, Tor-lor-lor, Tor-a-lie-yay, Tor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yay. Now this is where it gets good. Now as they were seated down on the floor, there came a very loud knock on the door. Well, in walked her husband, and great was his shock to see the old German wind up his wife's clock, singing Tor-lor-lor, Tor-lor-lor, Tor-a-lie-yay, Tor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yay, singing Tor-lor-lor, Tor-lor-lor, Tor-a-lie-yay, Tor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yay. Now the husband, he said, look here, Carmelan, don't let that bold German come in here again. He wound up your clock, but left mine on the shelf. Now if your old clock needs winding, I'll wind it myself, singing Tor-lor-lor, Tor-lor-lor, Tor-a-lie-yay, Tor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yay, singing Tor-lor-lor, Tor-lor-lor, Tor-a-lie-yay, Tor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yor-a-lie-yay. Leave it to the Germans.
That's a good one. I wonder if they're really talking about a clock, because I don't know of such a...
Of course they're talking about a clock. What would they be talking about?
Well, I wonder, Shelley, because I need to get one of my clocks fixed, and now I'm questioning whether I should dart out to the square.
Yes.
And do it.
You never know what you might find.
I'm just looking at our little list
Yes.
here, Shelley, and is there anything that you want?
Peter, one song to end off on, darling, and whatever you think.
How about a
might
happy
be.
birthday for my man, Charles Crawley. From Amy.
Oh,
Amy.
Charles.
Amy, anything for you, my darling.
Anything
I got a few of
at all.
Amy's masks here, Shelley.
Well, I have a jacket that she made for me, don't I?
She is the
Peter?
seamstress.
Oh, she's extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Yes.
And Charles is a lovely, lovely
She's
chap.
seen me in my Spanx before.
Is today his
Getting ready?
birthday?
Yes. Today's
It is his birthday
It is?
today.
Okay, good.
So,
we need to do a happy birthday to Charles, Peter.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Charles.
Charles.
Happy birthday to you. We hope you live to be 100. We hope you live to be 100. Long version. We hope you live to be 100 years or more. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Charles. Happy birthday to you and many more. Happy birthday, Charles. Thanks for that, Amy. Lovely. So delighted to have you here with us. Elaine Cook, fabulous concert.
Thanks so much.
Elaine, how is Marion? Is Marion watching? Marion is Elaine's daughter.
Okay.
And it's Jeff and Yvonne's aunt,
Oh,
Marion,
lovely,
who
yes.
was on our cruise, for God's sakes.
cruise?
Yes.
Oh, yes, for
She's
sure, I know.
amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
She's amazing.
Peter, one more song. What's it going to be?
Well,
There's a lot on that list
the
here.
cat in the shavings,
Yes.
no, or
Let me see.
Sonny's
If we
Dream or something like
flipped
that.
it over, there might be
Oh my
something that
God,
you might
we have all
see.
kinds of.
That's really extraordinary. Not really, though. We'll
No, that
flip
was a
it back
bad
over.
side, wasn't it?
That was just a few little extras in case.
Do you know, I
need them.
love them all, Shelley. I love Old Maid in the Garret. I
they're all
love
good.
Fiddler's Green. If it feels that,
I know.
if wishes were fishes, Silver Sea.
What's there so many?
Do you want to do Silver Sea?
I wouldn't mind doing Silver Sea at all.
Shelley and I did a
see.
CD, a Spirit of Newfoundland CD, many years ago,
Yes, we did.
and we recorded this song. And earlier today, was the first time I think we sang the song since that CD, which was.
I think it was 20 years ago, Peter, since we've sung it.
Yeah, it's probably, the CD is probably 18, 19 years ago. Yeah, it's a long time, pardon me. Oh no, Shelley, it's not this key.
And before we sing the song, though, we'd like to say goodbye to everybody. And thank you all for tuning in. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, we
And
just.
it's so nice to be around friends because Peter and I have been in a bubble now from the start, but all of a sudden we get our friend Colleen back, which is so special. And hopefully all of you guys are out there tonight too with special ones that you're sharing this concert with. So we want to thank you so much for sharing your evening with us. And if you know the words, sing along to a beautiful song, Silver Sea. Outside, the rain is softly falling, and through the distance I can hear a foghorn sound. So I pull my blanket just a little closer, 'cause my mind is on a ship that's southward bound, on a voyage through a memory, sailing on a silver sea. The moon and stars above now brightly shine. The wind it fills the sails, sings a lullaby that tells a tale of all the things that I was glad to leave behind. Oh, the ocean has always been a part of me, and I can feel salt water running through my veins. And I think of all the places where my ship will take me. All thoughts of your gentle whispers gives me strength. On a voyage through a memory, sailing on a silver sea, the moon and stars above now brightly shine. The wind it fills the sails, sings a lullaby that tells a tale of all the things that I was glad to leave behind. Yes, the wind it fills the sails, sings a lullaby that tells a tale of all the things that I was glad to leave behind. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Take
Thank you,
care.
everybody. Happy
Thank
St.
you.
Patrick's Day.
Thank
Bye.
you.